Welcome to the Trainer Talk, where we discuss topics related to health and fitness to help you gain back control of your health and fitness and become the absolute best version of yourself physically and mentally. Enjoy. Today we're going to talk about how to make fitness fun. So everybody, most people want to be healthier, more fit. Maybe they want to start working out, but they think that it's just this grueling task. Oh, I've got to, do these workouts I don't want to do and sweat and all this stuff. They kind of make it sound a lot worse than what it really could be. We try to make it a lot of fun for ourselves because we know firsthand how hard it can be to wake up early and go do a workout by yourself. Maybe you do it at home. Sometimes it's really hard to motivate yourself to do a workout by yourself at home. You'd rather just do something else like sleep in or get stuff done around the house, right? So we came up with it's really a short list, but it's a very powerful list of a few things that can make it more enjoyable, make it more fun, something that you actually look forward to, and it'll help you get better results in the long run and stay more consistent with your fitness. So I'll start. So for me, I think the number one thing is I enjoy working out with other people. Thinking back to when I started, I've never worked out for a very long period of time without having a workout partner or multiple partners. I've always found somebody to work out with, and that just makes it way more enjoyable, way more motivating. You can push each other, high five each other, hold each other accountable. Like if your buddy's going to the gym and you don't feel like it, you're still going to go because they're counting on you and you count on them, kind of thing. So that's definitely one of the most important things is find a workout partner or, join a group like a class where there's multiple people where you're meeting and doing a workout together. Just makes it way more enjoyable and you get better results because you push yourself harder. So.
Yeah, I agree with that. I started off with just working out by myself and even through COVID, in the basement. So finding something that you enjoy doing is huge, whatever type of exercise that is. And obviously say you love to run or something like that, or it's a running group or something, as long as you incorporate the other aspects of it too. So even if you really, really enjoy running, it's good to still have at least 2 resistance training things a week. Whereas when I started, it was all just resistance training. There was no cardio, no Olympic lifting, all mostly just powerlifting, bodybuilding type of exercises. And so having other people kind of influence what you're doing for workouts, or going and joining someone else. I started joining your workouts for CrossFit, just try something different, try something new, just kind of branch out a little bit. It helps push you, just having the other person there, having the novelty of it, something new and exciting to try, and that kind of keeps it more interesting for your workouts too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would say if I'm going to be doing a workout on my own, I tend to dread it a little bit more versus when I do it with somebody else. And when I first started doing CrossFit, I told them, I was yeah, I probably will never do that. I was not interested. And then one day Bethany was hey, you want to do a workout with me?
And for my birthday.
For your birthday. Tricked me into it. And then I don't know that I was necessarily hooked on the workout at first because it was awful, but I enjoyed just that group working out together. And so that just kind of kept me going and kept me coming back. And I know a lot of people in our classes, they always know if their friends are going to be at class or not because they communicate hey, are you going today? No, yes. And then they'll show up if their partner's showing up. So that's just a really good way to keep you coming back. You also have to find somebody who's motivated to come every day. And then also I think challenging yourself to try something new or do something that you maybe think that you can't do. Because even if you can't do it the first couple times, once you finally get a pull-up or a push-up or whatever it is, once you do that for the first time, it's the most exhilarating feeling, and then it just keeps you wanting to do more and just makes it really exciting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I put something similar to that down, just trying new things and I mean, if you're doing one thing for a long time, whether that's like bodybuilding or running or CrossFit, sometimes you can get burned out and you might have to take a break from that. So, like for me, I was doing bodybuilding, just regular weightlifting for years through high school and early into college. And then I started running. It was kind of my new thing because I just got bored with bodybuilding. And then after a while, it turned into CrossFit was the new thing. So I'm always looking for something new, a new skill to learn, whether that's inside of the type of exercise, like CrossFit is gymnastics, you know, working on my powerlifting, Olympic lifting. And then another thing that I want to try eventually is like jujitsu or some, you know, type of combat sport like that. It's just something that's really interesting.
Mhm.
And I think learning those new skills keeps you motivated to keep coming, and you know, instead of getting burned out. And then I also think going back to working out with a partner, you get that if you're the competitive type of person, you really, you know, you have that competitive motivation against whoever you're working out against. And it doesn't matter who it is. Like a lot of times it's me and you because we work out around the same time, and you know, we don't say anything, but you know it's there.
Yeah. You're competing without knowing you're competing.
Yeah, like I'm trying to beat him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it makes it definitely more fun when you're doing that.
Well, like yesterday, you're like, I don't know what you said. It was like, how do you think the workout's going to go or something like that? And I was like, I don't know. I'll tell you in 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you had got like eight and a half
Yeah.
minutes or something. And you're like, oh, yeah, right. You can't get it in 6 minutes. So that was like in my head the whole time. Like, I'm getting freaking less than 6
Yeah.
minutes. Like, and I got like 5:52 and I almost like fell off the bar. My arms locked up and stuff. And it was a very grippy workout. But like just that little kind of playful, healthy little competition like motivated me to work harder.
Oh yeah, you definitely work harder with someone.
And going back to what Caitlin had said earlier, I think this is very interesting because a lot of people would rather do what's more comfortable, what they like doing. They want to come in and they walk on a treadmill and then they do a couple machines that they know that they can do because it's comfortable. They don't want to try anything too hard. When in reality, at the end of the day, doing a workout that you kind of like or that you're comfortable with by yourself, to me, is less enjoyable than doing a hard workout with other people.
Yeah.
And I think that's why CrossFit has just flourished over the last 10, 15 years, is because although the workouts are grueling, it's everybody that you're doing it with, like you're suffering together.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we're all going through this together. We're feeling the same pain, but at the end of that workout, the feeling that you get of accomplishment, everybody's high-fiving, fist bumping, laughing, and that's where the fun and enjoyment comes in. And everybody in like our classes can second this. It's like as soon as they get done with the Metcon, the hardest Metcons are always the best workouts, because once everybody gets done, they all get together, they high five. How'd you do?
Yeah.
How'd it feel? They lay down and kind of wait a few minutes to catch their breath. And then at the end of those workouts is when we get the most conversation. Everybody's chatting about it. Everybody's in a great mood.
Everybody's always like, they always say, that was awful. Like, that was the worst I've ever done. Like, worst workout I've ever had. But secretly, they're like, that was
awesome. Yeah, it's like, it's almost like,
it feels so good to get it done.
It's almost like the harder the workout, the more endorphin release you get.
Yeah.
Like, the more accomplished you feel, stuff like that.
So you just went to battle with 10 other people in class
Yeah.
and came out alive.
Yeah, that, and you're proving to yourself that you can do what you don't think you can.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of fitness. Is a lot of people get stagnant and their results hit a wall, they plateau, because they do the exact same routine. They do what they know they can do every day, month after month, year after year. And a lot of people, and I see it every day, is they have this routine where everybody comes in, they maybe walk on a treadmill for 15, 20, 30 minutes. They do a couple of machines and they leave. And they do the exact same routine every single time. And eventually you're going to hit a plateau. You're not going to see the results, and then you're going to get bored with it and you might quit. And so one way to not only get better results, but also to stay consistent and never quit, like you said, trying new things, like challenging yourself, proving yourself that you can do more than what you think you're capable of. And that's what CrossFit did for me. It was like, physically, I don't look any different than I did when I was just doing bodybuilding and powerlifting, but I can do 10 times more than I could do. If you look at two pictures of me, like, okay, that's the same guy. He's got the same, he weighs the same percentage of body fat. Like, what results did you even get over the last 5 years? But for me, like, I'm way more physically fit. I'm way stronger. I can walk on my hands and do muscle ups and do all kinds of crazy things that I never thought I was capable of. So for me, like, trying new things, and it always comes back to doing it with other people. It just pushes yourself a little bit harder, kind of like the competition that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You can really see what you're capable of. And it's funny because I look back and I'm like, even in just out of my friend group, there's 5 or 6 guys that are more naturally gifted than me. And it just amazes me. It's like, what could they do if they actually try?
Yeah.
Like, if they actually put the effort in to see what they're capable of, I'd be amazed at what they could do if I could do what I'm doing, knowing how, what I'm like compared to them naturally,
Yeah.
like as an athlete. So it's really cool to like prove to people what somebody's capable of,
Mhm.
no matter where you come from. I wasn't the most athletic person in my grade or school. I mean, I was fairly athletic, but I was no superstar, and I was super skinny. And so that's kind of why I got into fitness. And I started with friends, the community. So I started with partners. And then you try new things, and you push yourself with each other. And you get better, and you just kind of fall in love with the process. And that's kind of what it's all about. Thinking back, it's, you got to fall in love with the process and enjoy it and have fun with it.
I think a lot of people, it starts with just obviously taking that first step into the gym and in that uncomfortable situation, but you step into the community is what like stepping into this gym, you're stepping into a community and you're making friends and you're getting to know everybody, and then they start holding you accountable, like, hey, why didn't you show up to class, right?
Yeah.
Like, I had a friend who just joined, he lives a ways away, but he just joined a boxing and MMA gym where he lives now, and that was like the spark he needed to get into fitness. Like, that is kind of similar to here, where they have that community. The same group of 20 to 30 people are showing up every however many days to train together. And so I think joining that community is huge. Like, it's that spark a lot of people need.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think honestly, like, you build some really good friendships out of that too. Like, I mean, you see people in the classes, they didn't know each other before coming to the gym, and then through all of the like hard workouts, like, you just like build that bond, and then through the conversations after the workouts or during the workout or whatever, and you build like almost like that trust, that respect, and like camaraderie in it, and then it kind of extends outside the gym. So I think that helps keep it more fun when like you've built those relationships, which obviously it's not going to come right away. Like, the fun isn't there right away. It's like over time, and that's what like keeps you there, keeps you motivated to come back to.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to say. Like, take some time for it to be fun.
Yeah.
Even if you are with a partner or coming to a class, if it's your very first time working out, you might not think it's so fun the very first little bit. But yeah, once you kind of get to know people, you get a little bit stronger. You're not deathly sore anymore. You kind of get past that point. That's when it really becomes fun.
Yeah.
And like, I wouldn't really know any of you guys if it weren't for the gym. So it's just kind of cool to think about, like, and I know it's like my job, but I would have come here to work out anyway. So like, and I've met a lot of other people that just come here to work out that I probably would never really know if I hadn't come here. So it's just cool to see like friendships develop from that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's the most fun thing about fitness, is just the relationships that you make in it. And then once you learn to love it, becoming more fit is almost like a side effect of it. It's not the main reason that you're there anymore. For some people, at least,
Yeah.
A lot of people just come to like hang out, have
They do.
fun, go through a workout together, and then it's like, oh, okay, I guess I'm getting a little bit more fit from this.
Yeah.
And that's just like
That's a great
what
way to
it
look
turns
at it.
into.
Yeah, it's
which
a
is
good,
really cool.
because a lot of people are only focused on the goal and
Yeah.
like what they want to get out of it, rather than focusing on the process itself. And like you said it perfectly, like the fitness and the health benefits are a side effect of getting together with people and pushing each other and doing a workout with your friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And a good example, I thought it was kind of funny, like, you know, you had your housewarming party, and aside from your mom, I think everybody else was from the gym. You know, there's
Pretty
your
much.
clients and members of the gym, and there's me and Katie, and, you know, basically everybody. I'm like, everybody goes to TH Fitness that's here pretty much. Like, you can develop actually some of your closest friendships and relationships in the gym, I think.
Oh yeah.
Just because of the bond that you have, like people that go to war together, you know, like think about the military, like they're literally brothers. They would die for each other because of the bond that they create, because of the impact, you know.
Yeah.
And it's kind of similar, like in the gym, like you're kind of going to battle together.
Yeah.
Like you're like-minded. You're trying to achieve these goals together. You're pushing each other, stuff like that. You create a special bond that you can't necessarily create, you know, at the bar or something with
Right.
somebody, you know, or whatever it is. But
Yeah.
so that it is, there's a lot of power to it that I think people underestimate. And then going back to just setting goals, that's really important too. So if I'm thinking about it, like for a runner, you know, one of the best ways to just enjoy the process or get better results or stay consistent is like if you sign up for a 5K, or maybe you sign up for a 10K or a half marathon or a marathon, you're definitely going to stick to running a lot easier. Maybe you find somebody to do it with you. I know we have a lot of clients here that like they want to do their first 5K or half marathon, and they're always like, hey, do you want to do it with me? You want to do it with me? And they're recruiting people and they're doing it together. You know, there's three people that meet here every single Tuesdays and Thursday morning, and they go run together, and they have like a little running group. You know, we're all kind of training for like CrossFit competitions. The Open's coming up, so like that gives us something to train for and motivates us to push ourselves in CrossFit competitions throughout the year. Gives us something to train for and push ourselves with that. Bodybuilders, you know, maybe they sign up for a competition in physique or something, so it gives them something to train for. So I think having a goal set in the future, give yourself something to push yourself and train for, definitely makes it a lot more enjoyable, and you're going to stay a lot more consistent with it. And then it always makes it even better if you have somebody else to do it with. So I just wanted to point that out, is like, unless you have some sort of goal set or long-term thing that you want to achieve, it can make it harder to just show up and work out every day if you don't have something to kind of train for.
A lot of the types of exercise, like running, CrossFit, or sometimes bodybuilding, they have like built-in goals, right? CrossFit has the Open, it has competitions that are around the area. Running, you know, you sign up for 5K or whatever. But a lot of people like just come into the gym for bodybuilding. There's not those goals there. You have to make them yourself.
Yeah.
And you can still do that in CrossFit and running too, whether it's like your time or
Yep.
a new skill. But yeah,
Yeah.
like
Even
the
if it's-
regular gym goers don't necessarily have that like built-in.
Well,
goal.
a lot of them, like just guys typically, you know, they want to be able to bench a certain weight or, you know, deadlift or squat a certain weight. So they've got goals built in, and that's what kind of motivates them.
Yeah, they have to make
and
their
pushes
own.
them a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously a lot of people, it's the weight loss and it's the weight on the scale and stuff, which is a goal to have, and it's necessary. Like, it's helpful to have that goal, but kind of like what you had said, if you just focus on the goal itself, you're less likely to actually achieve it than if you focus on the process of getting to the goal, of the workouts themselves and nutrition and all that kind of stuff, in order to lead you to that goal as a side effect.
Process over the product.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we kind of touched on this like maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago or something, but not getting lost and caught up in like the competition or like taking it almost like too seriously. Because like especially when you're first starting out, it's not like it's the CrossFit Games, or you're not like, you know, it's not like a national meet for powerlifting or whatever. Like, just join the local, like we always have a powerlifting meet every year, and it's like nobody's gonna like be like, oh, you can only lift this much weight.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's like that. We're just like, hey, can you like, we're just gonna see how much you can lift and like celebrate you for that. Like, there'll be people out there like Alex who can, you know, deadlift 600 and some pounds, and then, you know, we could have someone who's like never done a competition before, just started working out a few weeks ago or something like that. Like, they could come and test whatever they can do, and it's just seeing what you can do and doing it in that that community, that atmosphere, something to train for, having that motivation.
Yeah.
You have to be able to laugh at yourself. Like if you fail something or you don't get something or I don't know, whatever like you can't do, like you have to let that motivate you, but you also just have to be able to like let it go and like laugh it off and just keep on trying to get better.
There's a line where you don't want to be so competitive where you're not even having fun anymore.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
Well, and that part of the reason, because like an aspiration of mine was to try to be like a semifinal athlete, but like to do that, I would have to like strip away a lot of other aspects of my life, and it wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do. Like I enjoyed just coming in here and having fun, and not necessarily having to like have a strict 2-a-day workout sequence with just focusing on recovery and rest and sleep and training. Like, no, I like to have fun when I come in and work out with other people. Like, I don't want to take it that seriously to where it ruins my passion for fitness. I didn't want to ruin my passion of like dreading every workout that I was about to do just to be able to say that I was like a semifinal athlete. I was totally happy with like getting into the realm of being that fit, but on my own terms type of thing, like still enjoying life and having fun with it. And I told you just the other day, I was like, I was like 300 and some spots out from semifinal out of however many people started, 75,000 guys across the world. So I'm like, I'm happy with the level that I got to, just kind of having fun with it and still owning a business and running that as well, and teaching classes and coaching clients along that whole way. Pretty proud of that and happy with it. I don't need to go any further necessarily. So although it was cool to have goals like that, there is a line that you want to kind of draw to where if you're not enjoying the process anymore, it might be time to kind of take a step back. You want to try to enjoy it as much as possible and have fun with it. And that's kind of that's where I'm at right now anyways. But.
And it's like, for us, for like CrossFit, they changed, like my goal was always like be a quarterfinals level athlete, like top 10% or whatever. And now they changed it to you can get into quarterfinals if you're top 25%. So it's like, okay, like I could still keep shooting for whatever, but it's like the motivation to get over that threshold is like gone because you're there basically. But I like now having the level method rather than just that, because it's something new to like work on. And like when I don't want to do a workout and I'm like, well, this is going to get me better at push-ups, or this is going to get me better at this test or whatever. And it's just like a different level of motivating, of just like, it does switch it up. It does change it a little bit because your goals are always changing a little bit and stuff like that. But I think it's also like kind of like what you said, being okay with not being where you want to be, or like laugh at yourself during the process. Like I've fallen trying to do handstand walks for quite a long time. Like it's basically controlled falling what I do. I sometimes can figure out what I'm doing if I get lucky and I just have fun with it. But I tend to overthink it too, of just like trying to think of what I'm supposed to do. And then if I just like go and don't think about it, like I walked 10 feet and I was like, okay, and I do that. I was like, oh, I can do that every time now. And then it's like, it's trying to figure out like how to just like let go, have fun with it, but still chase your goals. Like kind of like detach from whatever outcomes that are going to come that way.
Two things with that. One is don't just focus on what you can't do. Appreciate what you are able to do and what you can actually do. But two, the things that you can't do, use that as a little bit of fuel to get better. Like you want to try to overcome and break through your obstacles, right? Obstacles are just opportunities. Like if you have the obstacle of being able to walk 10 feet and you keep falling, it's an opportunity to get better. You just got to keep practicing and you'll eventually get there. We talked about ring muscle or the ring dip, and it's like, okay, the first time you tried it, you couldn't push yourself back up. But like Bethany said, like if you just keep practicing it, your neuromuscular strength, without even gaining muscle, you'll just getting used to the movement, you'll be able to do it in no time. You have the strength. It's just people need to push past the obstacle part of it and just look at it as an opportunity for growth to get better. and they're going to have more fun with that. Like once they are able to do it, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I use this example, I think in a different talk, but like I just gave one of my clients, Amanda Evans, a highlight a couple weeks ago because she got her first strict pull-up, and she's been working on it for a couple of years. And during the rep, like when she was like knew she was going to get it, she didn't even finish the rep yet. She started screaming at the top of her lungs. All 15 people or however many people were in class like stopped and looked at her and started clapping and stuff like that. And that was an extremely powerful and fun moment for her to finally get that. So that was just an example of like something that it was an obstacle for her. But instead of saying, I'll never be able to do a pull-up, I can't do it, I'm not strong enough, she kept working at it and eventually got it. And it was an extremely powerful, fun moment for her. And now she's setting new goals. So that's just and she had to celebrate with everybody in class, which goes back to the community aspect. But
because they also know how hard you've been working at it.
Yeah.
Like when they see you like in here after class doing extra pull-ups because you want to get to that pull-up, and then like you finally get it, like, you know, they're happy for you when you finally like achieve those goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, anything else to add on to this list?
No.
So I would say like the most important thing is just, did you have something? No. Okay.
That's it.
Is, you know, find a partner or community. So whether you join a class, work with a trainer, or work out with a buddy in the gym, maybe it's you meet up, walk or work out in the gym, whatever it is at home, find a partner, somebody to do it with. Two, like set some goals and try to strive for something and try something new. I think that just keeps it fun. It keeps it engaging. It motivates you a little bit. A lot of people are looking for motivation. You know, if you can do something that you didn't think you can do, or you take action on something that you wouldn't normally do, it does motivate you. And it gives you that little spark that you're looking for. Kind of like when you tried new stuff like CrossFit and different elements of training like Olympic lifts and stuff like that. It motivates you to want to get better at it. So those are definitely kind of the top tips is finding a community or partners, setting some goals, and then take action on it. You know, you gotta not overdo it, like we talked about. Like, don't strive so hard to where you're not enjoying the process, but just put in the recommended amount of work to where you're still enjoying it, you're getting good results, you're staying consistent with it, and you're working toward that end goal, and enjoying the process. I think is really, really important. So,
Yeah.
Awesome. Any final thoughts?
Nope.
Okay. Thanks again for tuning in to the Trainer Talk. If you are ready to gain back control of your health and fitness, we would love to sit down and chat with you to see if we can put together a plan for you. All you have to do is head to TaylorHutchinsonFitness.net and book a free consult. Again, make sure you like and subscribe if you like the video, and hopefully we'll see you soon.